Good morning. Uh, a long lasting conflicting area of law was partition claiming a right over the property, depriving the woman's right in uh, compulsory property, that means family properties and widows' estate, what not, execution of will by woman. These things are very conflicting subject. So, apart from there are so many multi number of cases are there. You could remember that Girijabai, Guru Bada was Girijabai was the starring case in Hindu Succession Act, Mitaksara School of Law and Dayabaga School of Law. So the vital sections are section 6 and 8 of the Hindu Succession Act, which deals with compulsory property. Section 8 was there. Therefore, the section 8 is correlated to section 6. After 2005 amendment, that area is yet to be concentrated because that section 8 was incorporated for enabling provisions for section 6, considering that section 6 is applicable to for only male legal heirs. But after 2005 amendment, since female was also be considered as co-partners, then how that the development, whether section this will apply or the woman dying intestate would apply, that will also area of field where we are going to discuss all those things. Or once co-partner property is considered as male, at par with male woman. So section 8 whether apply or not, because that concept of law is substitute. So one thing is that I would like to discuss with this journal. Interpretation of section 6 of the Hindu Succession Act, that is where Hitendra V. Shah as advocate Pune district has written this. This 11/8/2020, Vinit Sharma versus Rakesh Sharma, section 6 was interpreted giving a retrospective effect for claiming partitions. Then they say, then that then they say it was retrospective, conflictive version that was settled. Now the question arises. This is only theory, but question arises: what was the word joint Hindu family? What was the definition of joint Hindu family? Is a larger body than Hindu co-partnership. Joint Hindu family is something different. A joint Hindu family consists of all persons lineally descended from a common ancestor, include their wives and unmarried daughters. Hindu co-partnership is a much narrower, but consists of propositors. Common ancestor is lineal male descent up to 3 degrees. Thereafter, after 2005 amendment, then they say that the daughters also recognized as co-partners in their right by birth in the family like a son. Then you see, this is most important. Co-partnership property is the one which is inherited by Hindu from his father, grandfather or great-grandfather. Property inherited from others is held in his individual rights and therefore it cannot be treated as forming part of the co-partnership property. Then you see, this is most important. This would enlighten you to understand how the self-acquired property or self-property becomes co-partnership property. In case co-partnership property comes to the hands of a single person temporarily, it will be treated as his property. But once a son is born, then Kopasneri would revive in terms of the Mitaksara law. That was the settlement of ratio. AR 2013 HC 3525 Rohit Chauhan versus Surendra Singh. So, then question of this is what? Then it says if a person is inheriting ancestral property as a single person, or if he suppose disposes the property, cannot be challenged. But subsequently a son is born, then he is answerable to son. That is what a settled law you should understand. Then question of what is unobstructed heritage. Obstructed heritage and unobstructed heritage. If anybody is inheriting property by father and father, then there is no question of unobstructed heritage. Question of obstructed heritage comes, suppose if he is inheriting property from his maternal grandfather, he is unobstructed heritage. Then the male issues accrue an interest in it from the moment of death. Their right to arise from the mere fact their birth in the family. Property right to accrue not by birth but on the death of last owner. Without leaving a male issue is called obstructed heritage. It is called obstructed because the accrual right is so obstructed by the existence of the owner. Thus, property which devolves on parents, brothers, nephews, uncles upon death of the last one is obstructed heritage. This should be understood. Then question of survivorship, succession, all now being must be discussed along with the sections, the amended provisions of 2005. You see kindly say, earlier section 6 of the Act deals with the devolution of interest of a male in Kopasneri property and recognize the rule of devolution by survivors among the members of the Kopasneri. The law excluding daughter from participating in the Kopasneri ownership not only contributes to her discrimination on the ground of gender, but also led to oppression and negation of her fundamental right of equality guaranteed by the Constitution. So this resulted amendment of the Act by various, then therefore, then also another amendment was section 23, dissented the female to ask for partition. That was also now power was given. Then they say then the property, then testamentary power was also given to daughter or female legal heir, widow or mother, whoever may be. Earlier there was prohibition for that, and the pious obligation was also deleted. So the question of prospective statute or retrospective statutes, in the question of section 6, they say at the time of partition, the daughter was alive, so that would operate as a retrospective effect. Then it is more interesting to understand all question of law. So my endeavor was then the question of the Man Singh vs Ram Kala Air 2011 SC 1542, the death of male Hindu, they left behind wife, and it observed until disruption of Kopasneri by actual partition, the definite share cannot be claimed with certainty. That was also discussed. So the after 2005 amendment, they say only partition by registered deed alone will have effect. So the court seat and the family arrangement may not have a legal effect to override section 6 Kopasneri right given to female legal heir. So this journal is available at December edition of AR 2020. For the interested may go through this best